English Byte presents Letter Writing, a discussion on the steps, format, and examples of informal letter and formal letters. As we know, letter writing is an art. A letter is a written message that is sent to the recipient via post or mail. A letter is one of the important means of communication in our personal as well as professional lives. Letter writing gives us the opportunity to take our time in organizing our thoughts, to think about the content before penning them on paper. Letter writing is broadly categorized into two types. Informal letter, the kind of letter you write to your friends, relatives, and your known ones, and formal letter, the kind of letter that is written for official or business purposes. Today, we are going to discuss informal letter first, followed by formal letter. Informal letter. An informal letter, also referred to as friendly letter, is a personal letter written to a friend, relative, or acquaintances. It is a non-official letter that is written in an easy, conversational, and casual style. One can express his or her thoughts, feelings, and ideas freely while writing an informal letter. Now, let us discuss the format of writing an informal letter. An informal letter is usually divided into 6 parts. First, you write the sender's address, which is written on the top left-hand corner of the page. This is followed by the date, which should be written in full form. After the date comes the salutation part. The form of salutation differs from person to person depending on the degree of intimacy with the person addressed. For example, in case of family members, you may address as my dear mother, dear uncle, etc. For friends, you may write dear Veronica, my dear Sanjay, etc. After the salutation comes the main body of the letter that comprises of 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is the introduction. The second paragraph is the main body or the content of the letter. And the third paragraph is the conclusion. Remember, the letter must be written in clear and simple language. Next, we come to the concluding part of the letter, which is the subscription and written at the bottom left-hand corner. It is in a way a polite leave-taking before the letter ends, such as yours lovingly, your loving friend. Remember, there is no apostrophe for yours or yours lovingly when you write them. And finally, you end the letter with the name of the writer or the sender. You only need to write the first name. Please do not forget that there should be no punctuation marks at the end of the lines while writing the address, the date, the salutation, and the subscription. Now, let me explain the main body or the part of the letter. As I said, that the body of the letter includes 3 paragraphs: the introduction, the main content or body, and the conclusion. For the introduction, you may begin writing It has been a long time since I have written to you. I hope this letter finds you in the pink of health or in the best of spirits, or even I was glad to receive your letter. Next, you move on to the main content or the body of the letter. Here, you have to write the purpose of writing the letter. It depends on the topic on which you are writing the letter. After the main body or content, you write the conclusion, which is the third paragraph. Here you may write as hope to hear from you soon, convey my regards to the elders, your parents, and love to your sister or brother. Here is a sample of an informal letter. Now, let us discuss the purpose, steps, and format for writing a formal letter. A formal letter is generally written to the person holding some post of authority, like the principal of the school, newspaper editor, businessman, etc. A formal letter has a format which needs to be followed. A typical formal letter format usually have the following features. They are the sender's address, date, name and designation of the addressee, address of the addressee, salutation, subject, body that includes the three main paragraphs of introduction, content, and conclusion. After that, we have the complimentary clause, then the signature with the name of the sender, and finally the designation of the sender. Now let us discuss the format of a formal letter in detail. First, we need to write the sender's details or address. The sender's details should be displayed on the top of the page. The sender's details should include the address of the sender. Followed by the sender's details, the date should be mentioned. The sender should mention the date on which the letter is written. It is good to leave a line between the sender's address and the date. After that, you leave a line and write the receiver's details or address. Here you should mention the address of the receiver. If you are writing a formal letter for school officials like the principal or the teacher or the head of the department, etc., you should mention the name or position of the receiver followed by the address of the school. Followed by the receiver's details, you must include the subject line. Basically, the subject line talks about the purpose of the letter. After that, we move to the salutation. You should greet the person to whom you are writing the letter. Remember, as you are writing a formal letter, the greeting should not be too personal. Next, we come to the body of the letter. Basically, the body of the letter is divided into three parts, which are as follows. Paragraph 1 is where you introduce yourself and the purpose of writing the letter. Paragraph 2, here you explain the reason of writing the letter in detail. In paragraph 3, you conclude the letter. This section must say what you are expecting or the solution. After that, we come to the complimentary closing. You conclude the letter with complimentary closing like yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours truly, etc. And finally, we come to the signature part. Below the complimentary message, write your name followed by your signature and designation. Now let us discuss the format of writing a letter to the principal. While writing a letter to the principal, you may follow the regular format of a formal letter. However, you may also start your letter directly with the address of the receiver, considering the fact that the sender and the receiver belong to the same institution. So this is how you may write a letter to the principal. First, you write the address of the receiver. After that, leave a line, write the date. After that, leave a line and you come to the subject line where you mention the subject of the letter. Followed by that, you leave a line and you come to the salutation. After that, you write the body of the letter that includes the introduction, the main content, and the conclusion. After that, you sign off with your name and your designation. Remember, while writing your name, you must add your surname. Here, you see the format of writing a letter to the editor. You begin the letter with the sender's address. After that, you write the date, which is followed by the receiver's name and address. That is followed by the subject line. After that, you write the salutation, followed by the main body of the letter that includes the introduction, main body or content, and conclusion. After that, you have the complimentary close, which is followed by your full name and designation. Hope this video has helped you in understanding the format of writing formal and informal letters. Please click the like button if you have liked the video. Do not forget to press the bell icon and share and subscribe our channel in order to stay tuned to the various topics of English that are shared. Thank you. Happy reading.